Breakdown here, but we're talking about Nvidia.
Yeah, I did not come in today expecting to talk about Nvidia, but it showed up on my growth scan, which actually was very surprising. Growth scan, I mean, maybe necessarily not so surprising because of the sell-off that's happened with Nvidia, even after that really great top-line growth and earnings. But nonetheless, that scan looks for undervalued securities with high free cash flows and promising revenue and beating earnings consistently, and valuation metrics as well. And Nvidia popped up on there to my surprise. So it's really interesting if we dive into the earnings, and it's no surprise that there are supply commitments, there is growth, they are an AI leader, and I think now there is attractive entry points with valuations. Now, portfolios in the retail side might be very top heavy in this. So again, I'm going to say that cash secured put strategy where we sell a cash secured put that's about 45 days out, very close to the money to capture the implied volatility increase that we're going to see on down days. It's my favorite days to do that if we want to add it to our longer term portfolio. So I like that caveat to not over concentrate. But we saw supply commitments surge to 95 billion. That's 3x year over year. And that is just reinforcing again that Nvidia is a dependable AI infrastructure supplier. They've got next gen flagship with Vera Rubin product ramp that's beginning later this year. It's adding another growth driver. So I think this muted stock reaction reflects really AI fatigue and mixed concerns, but it's not a deterioration of fundamentals. And that's what we need to remember, especially with the broader markets. There is a really great underlying fundamental story with a shock that we have with oil. So right now is a great time to look at attractive valuations, and Nvidia has a very attractive valuation right now.
All right, KG, the technical setup on Nvidia, certainly incredibly different if we looked at the chart this time last year, with the sell-off that we've seen year to date. They're actually down on the year. But, you look at the last 5 years, they're up 1,300%. So walk us through the technicals here and what you're seeing.
Well, for now, let's call it a consolidation in time. The stock hasn't moved or gone anywhere since August of last year. Obviously, if you're kind of looking at this time last year, we did see the tariff tantrum. We did have a little bit of a bottoming pattern and a strong uptrend to the upside here. But we have been trading between that 170 level as your major area of support and let's say $200. We did briefly get above that $200 level in a double topping pattern, but we came back within that consolidation range. And now we're testing the lower end of that range. Now, what is actually very interesting is this 200-day moving average. We tested it yesterday and you saw a significant amount of volume flows going in to Nvidia. Today we pretty much tested it again, and we did see Nvidia once again bounce off the lows, and that's actually driving the broader equity markets a little bit higher here, trying to get off of their lows. But you can see the RSI itself making higher lows. Okay, you could say that might be a little bit bullish. MACD in a bearish formation, 12 EMA is below the 26, so I would say both of those kind of cancel themselves out. And you kind of trade this like a utility name, unfortunately, for right now. I mean, you trade you buy at the 170, 175-ish area, sell at around the $200 level. That has been the profitable trade over the last 6 months or so, and it's going to continue to do so. A consolidation in time is the best thing. Any breakage below that 200-day or that 170 level, you start to get really concerned that we actually do break down pretty materially. That just has not happened yet.
No, certainly hasn't, but still, well off of the highs we saw of 212, in the last year here. We're trading at about just under 180 right now.
The results of our multi-factor analysis suggest that now might be a good time to buy more Nvidia stock. All things considered, we continue to have a positive outlook for the company, and $236 may be within reach. Given Nvidia's excellent overall operating performance and sound financial standing, we are certain that there is nothing to be afraid of. As a result, the stock appears attractive but volatile despite its extremely high valuation. This is our assessment. Before we go into the specifics of each of the factors that were evaluated, let's review some background. Nvidia, which has a $4.4 trillion market capitalization, provides networking, graphics, and computing solutions for the gaming, visualization, data center, and automotive industries worldwide. It has a strategic alliance with Kroger Company. 1. The valuation appears to be very high. 2. There is a lot of growth. Over the last 3 years, Nvidia's top line has grown at an average rate of 101.8%. In the last 12 months, its revenues have grown by 65%, from $130 billion to $216 billion. In addition, its quarterly revenues increased by 73.2% to $68 billion in the latest quarter from $39 billion in the previous year. 3. Profitability seems to be very high. With $130 billion in operational income during the previous 12 months, Nvidia had an operating margin of 60.4%. During this time, it generated around $103 billion in operating cash flow, with a cash flow margin of 47.6%. Nvidia produced about $120 billion in net income over the same period, resulting in a net margin of roughly 55.6%. 4. It appears that financial stability is very strong. At the end of the most recent quarter, Nvidia's debt was $11 billion, and its current market capitalization is $4.4 trillion. This implies a 0.3% debt-to-equity ratio. Nvidia's total assets, including cash equivalents, amount to $63 billion out of $207 billion. This yields a 30.2% cash-to-assets ratio. 5. Resilience to downturns is moderate. Nvidia's performance during economic downturns was somewhat poorer than that of the S&P 500 index. This evaluation is predicated on A, how much the stock fell, and B, how quickly it recovered. Inflation shock in 2022. In contrast to the S&P 500, which saw a peak-to-trough decrease of 25.4%, Nvidia's stock fell 66.4% from a peak of $33.38 on November 29, 2021, to $11.23 on October 14, 2022. However, by May 25, 2023, the stock had recovered to its pre-crisis peak. The stock is presently trading at $182.48 after rising to a high of $207.04 on October 29, 2025. COVID pandemic of 2020. In contrast to the S&P 500, which saw a peak-to-trough decrease of 33.9%, Nvidia's stock dropped 37.6% from its top of $7.87 on February 19, 2020, to $4.91 on March 16, 2020. By May 11, 2020, however, the stock had entirely rebounded to its pre-crisis peak, the global financial crisis of 2008. From a peak of $99s on October 17, 2007, to $0.15 on November 20, 2008, Nvidia's stock fell 85.1%, while the S&P 500 saw a peak-to-trough drop of 56.8%. However, on May 13, 2016, the stock had entirely rebounded to its pre-crisis peak. But there are other risks besides major market crashes. Even in favorable market conditions, stocks might drop. Take into account things like corporate updates, earnings announcements, or shifts in outlook. Nvidia might be ready to remind the AI community who is still in charge. Jim Cramer took notice of his program, according to reports that surfaced this week, that the company is working on a new microprocessor that is expressly aimed at the inference industry. According to what Cramer stated last night, Nvidia is set to reveal a new processor that will be able to rival annoying products from rival companies. A number of businesses, including longtime Nvidia clients, have been boasting about producing a specific type of AI chip for inference. Additionally, it appears that Nvidia may have a greater argument against that. Following the news, Nvidia's stock increased by almost 3%. In the midst of a widespread market sell-off that saw the Dow drop more than 1,000 points in early trade, they have given up some of their gains today. Let's examine Nvidia's latest inference processor and how it might alter the company's competition with rivals like Alphabet and Broadcom. The costly and power-hungry process of creating an AI model is called training. Every time someone applies that model, every question, every answer, every choice, inference takes place. The volume of inferences is increasing as AI transitions from labs to products. Join our investor community. Hit subscribe and like to get your daily Nvidia stock insights and tutorials delivered. Although Nvidia has long held a dominant position in AI training hardware, competitors have discovered a gap because inference prioritizes efficiency over raw throughput. Nvidia's GPUs, according to companies like Broadcom, aren't specialized enough for inference and may eventually become too costly. Nvidia recently acquired the intellectual property and the majority of the workforce from Groq, a company. Groq's technology has a lot of technical details, but there's the main concept. Compared to Nvidia GPUs, Groq has been developing a completely different architecture. To put it briefly, It makes use of a compiler that schedules operations in advance. Therefore, Grok's chips use on-chip SRAM to execute a schedule rather than having to coordinate high-bandwidth memory. This architecture's drawback is that pre-compiling is challenging. Chips must be precisely synchronized, which is an extremely challenging engineering problem. Recent conference presentations by Nvidia strongly suggest that the business has found a way to synchronize Grok's processors. As a result, the market is making sense. Using its clock-forwarded die-to-die links, Nvidia intends to commercialize Grok, which it paid $20 billion for. At GTC later this month, it is anticipated that Nvidia will reveal this new processor designed for inferencing workloads. What this means for rivals of Nvidia. I am aware that the above section was somewhat technical, but these are the main conclusions. This isn't for training. Grok's architecture is designed for inferencing rather than model training. This is a possible strategic masterstroke for Nvidia, since it would enable the business to avoid markets with significant shortages, such as high-bandwidth memory. To put it briefly, Nvidia might be able to surpass Wall Street goals in the coming years if it releases a new inference system based on Grok's technology, because it would not be subject to supply constraints reduces the threat of competition. As previously mentioned, firms like Broadcom and Marvell have argued that Nvidia processors are not designed to be competitive in inferencing over time and have too many jack-of-all-trades features. They contend that the economics of bespoke chips will be superior. This enables Nvidia to directly address those grievances. We'll have to wait and see what Nvidia reveals at GTC, but it appears that the corporation may have made yet another wise acquisition by acquiring Grok. Jim Cramer is currently discussing the company's processors, but following GTC, the financial community should be buzzing about Nvidia's new chips. In order to acquire cutting-edge optics and laser components for next-generation AI infrastructure, Nvidia has engaged into multi-year, non-exclusive agreements to invest $2 billion each in Coherent and Lumentum, in addition to billions-dollar purchase commitments and future capacity rights. Nvidia is successfully addressing networking and photonics as fundamental infrastructure, not simply components, for extending its AI factory plan by securing long-term access to state-of-the-art optical interconnects and US-based manufacturing. Next, we'll look at how Nvidia's decision to pre-purchase and co-fund advanced optics capacity might affect its investment story for the AI infrastructure supercycle. You have to think that AI data center expenditure will continue to be robust enough to support Nvidia's ambitious build-out of GPUs, networking, and optics if you want to own the company today. By securing crucial photonics capacity, the new $2 billion non-exclusive investments in Coherent and Lumentum support the AI factory thesis. However, they also come amid growing worries about overcommitting to supply and the possibility that hyperscalers will accelerate in-house silicon, which could affect future demand. The multi-year Coherent agreement is particularly noteworthy among recent announcements. By connecting Nvidia to cutting-edge optical interconnects based in the United States that are essential for expanding AI clusters, it directly supports its short-term catalyst, which is meeting its extremely ambitious Q1 FY 2027 revenue estimate of $78.0 billion while maintaining margins. However, if AI infrastructure spending slows, this greater integration into networking and optics increases vulnerability to supply chain fragility and capex cycles. However, despite these significant successes, investors should be mindful of the increasing risk of what can occur if export regulations or AI spending unexpectedly change. By 2028, Nvidia's story predicts $187.9 billion in profitability and $337.2 billion in revenue. This calls for an annual revenue rise of 26.8% and an increase in profitability of almost $101.3 billion from the current $86.6 billion. If you are comparing today's optics deals to that kind of upside, it is worth asking whether locking in more networking and photonics capacity lowers the supply risk they are concerned about, or simply raises the stakes if customers in sourcing and export controls bite harder than expected. Prior to this news, the most optimistic analysts were betting on Nvidia reaching roughly $452.7 billion in revenue and $224.3 billion in earnings by 2028. Over the past 10 years, and particularly since generative artificial intelligence, AI, emerged a few years ago, Nvidia's stock has produced astounding growth. However, in recent months, it has stagnated. Investors could be questioning if purchasing Nvidia stock is still wise. You would still be doing fairly well if you had invested $10,000 even a year ago. Before the generative AI revolution began at the end of 2022, Nvidia was a little known, but most people now know that it is the company behind the potent graphics processing units, GPUs, that power modern AI applications. In contrast, many highly anticipated tech stocks, Nvidia consistently demonstrates each quarter how important its services are to the advancement of AI and how much potential it has. Thursday's release of the company's fourth quarter report, which the market had been eagerly awaiting, exceeded analyst estimates on both the top and bottom lines as usual. Furthermore, growth was faster than it was in the previous quarter, proving that the investing thesis is still valid. You might have regretted your $10,000 investment in Nvidia stock if you had made it a year earlier, right before the stock fell along with the market in April. However, you would be in a great position now if you had waited rather than panic selling. In addition to having 4,190s more than you began with, you would also be outperforming the market, which has performed admirably in the last 12 months. Will it go on like that? It's debatable, but if you missed last year's gains, now could be a perfect moment to buy in because the market is currently down on Nvidia. Don't forget to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your input helps create a more knowledgeable community where we can all learn and grow together in the world of investing. Stay up to date with the latest market trends, insights, and key updates by subscribing to Investing Tutorial. We're here to help you make smarter investment decisions and stay ahead of the curve.